Good day everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today we will be talking about the ENSIS Spin 1, and it will mainly be pertaining to why the wing is not filling in the middle section, or as I will call it in the video, the mast. But first, let's take a look at this new gear I just received in the mail. Be sure to subscribe and follow me so that you will see me rip it. These are the Carina collection from 2021. It is a bit outdated, but I believe for what I'm trying to do on the water, it will be sufficient. Okay, let's get to the wing. Here is how it shipped in this Mac Kite package. It came as a trainer kit, which included a slingshot pump. It is two-way. It pumps when you're pulling and pushing. I got a harness and a stabilizer. Everything seems to be in good shape, even though the box was a bit destroyed when it arrived. Here is the ENSIS Spin 5.1, and I also bought a Contra kite. I did purchase these items myself. They were not sent to me, so if you would like an honest review on how they perform, then be sure to subscribe and follow, as I will be using them over the next few months during this summer at the beach in Houston, Texas, on the coastline, probably in Galveston and South and North Padre, and probably Port Aransas. If you're in the area and you'd like to meet up so that we could get together and shred together, that'd be great. Drop it in the comments that you're in the area and let's link up. I'm definitely in for a bit of practicing at Lake Conroe as well, with the kite especially, and maybe even some waking if I could find someone who wants to befriend me that has a boat. So as you could see in the previous clip, I am just filling this up. I connected the slingshot pump to the main port. It is the only port that you connect to fill this wing. It is a one chamber system. Notice here how I'm filling it up, but the middle is not filling up. Only the leading edge is filling. That is because there are some pinched off tubes that transfer the air over to that middle section, which in the video I'll be calling a mast. I don't know if that's what it's called, but yes. As you can see, I'm kind of confused why the middle isn't filling, and I haven't figured it out yet. I ended up doing a lot of YouTube videos and couldn't find anyone who was explaining why that wouldn't fill up. And I guess it's because it's pretty self-explanatory if you find those tubes and see that they're pinched off. Hello guys, and welcome to the channel. This is Sabrab here with the ENSIS Spin 5.1 meter wing for wing foiling. I just wanted to point out really quickly how to pump up this wing, especially if you're like me and you've never done it before and you're pretty much an idiot and you're pumping up the leading edge and you're not getting any air into the mast, into this middle section here. This is a one pump system. You do not have to pump this and then pump that. It should pump when you pump into this main connection here. This is the only connection on this wing. It should pump eventually most of this up, and then it will leak over into here through these two connections on the side of the mast. But if your wing came like mine, where these connections are pinched off with this little connector that they have over the rubber pieces, the air will not go into the mast. The leading edge will get really big and tight, but there will be nothing in here. And for the longest time, I looked and looked and looked on YouTube trying to figure out how to properly pump this up because I felt like I was doing something wrong. And ultimately what boiled down to is that these little connectors that are pinching off the rubber tubes are designed to be pinched after you have blown up the wing and you're out on the water. If you have some kind of issue where the leading edge gets a damage or hits a rock and scrapes a hole or something and it starts to deflate, you can pinch these off, or you can already have them pinched off, and then the air in the mast will not be lost. And then you can, or vice versa, if this was to damage and the air started to leak out from there, you could pinch this off and you wouldn't lose the air from the leading edge. So that would help you at least keep the kite above water and not have to deal with like a floppy kite. Now, if you're trying to pump it up and all you're getting is tight air in this leading edge and nothing into this part, this mast section, then that is most likely your problem. So let me bring you closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is the connector that I'm talking about, where basically there's one on each side. They are covered with a cloth material so that you don't probably cut yourself on them, or so that they don't damage the wing when you're flying. So you want to put that back over after you do your adjustments. But basically mine came all the way cinched down like that, pinching off the hose. So when you're pumping up the leading edge, let me show you what it does. When you're pumping up the wing, see, as you can see, my wing is getting, my leading edge is getting super tight, but I have nothing in the mast here. That is because of those connectors being pinched off like that. So all you're gonna do is you can actually do it without having to remove this cover, this nice cover that they give you, but I just have removed it so that you can see what you're doing. You're going to feel for this little tab. You can feel this tab right here inside that cover. Let's see if I can turn on the flash for you so you can see better. And you're just going to push down and unclick that, and then you're going to push this underneath like that. That is going to put it in the unlocked position where air can flow over. So same thing over here, but inside the cover. I'm going to push this tab and then pick it up high and you can hear the air release now that they are both open. I'm going to push that tab underneath the other, and now it is in the same position as that one, and you can already see that it allowed some air in. Now when I pump, the air will go, you can hear it leak over into the mast from the leading edge through the valve. Well, it's not really a valve, it's just a hose with a piece of clamped plastic around it, but it makes it make a special noise. So now you can see the wing is fully inflating and not just the leading edge. So if you're having that problem where only your leading edge is filling up with air and you're worried that it's about to pop and you're not getting air into your mast, it is just simply pinched off here like that. Now that mine is full of air, and you know it's probably not exactly where you would want it, but once I got it to where I would want it, I would pinch this off and put this cover back over and pinch this one off. You would pull it back. So before it's pinched off and it's fully open, it's in this position. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. So this is the fully open position. And then you would just pick this tab up and then click it. It's a pretty little cool, unique setup. But once you click it like that, now it's pinched off. If you have a leak in either one of the two sections, then the other section will not lose air. And that's pretty much how that works. So you would just click this one. You would make sure they're both pinched down. And now you go fly. When you're done flying and you're ready to put it up, you're just going to pull back on that tab and unlock it. And then shove it underneath. Like that. Which is basically doing this. Pulling that tab out. Picking up on that one. And putting it under there. Now, that allows the airflow to go from there out of the depressed air section. So now you can release the air out of the whole thing. And that, my friends, is how you inflate and deflate the ENSIS Spin, probably all the way from the 1.8 or whatever the smallest one is, all the way up to the, I don't know, 6.9, whatever they go up to. I am not an expert on these things, so if I called this the mast and that's not what it's called, I'm sorry, but I'm calling this the leading edge and this the mast. So I hope this helped you. If it did, give me a thumbs up and stay tuned for my future novice wing foiling videos. I hope to get out there and kill it. What?